Hello and welcome to Struggle. I'm Achu. After so many periods of struggle, we have a lot of guests. They're the best of the best from all walks of life. But it's just that at work, desperately this fight. That's why it's so important to live. There are a lot of people who are irregular. It creates a lot of physical ailments. Stomach problems account for the majority of them. Our guest today, he's been cracking the mysteries of the human body, working hard for our health. Go do something. Today he's here. What's in store for us? Let's start with a short video. Get to know him. 2001 CCTV Evening News. There was this report. Professor Su Rongshang, our life scientist, led scientific research groups. Stem cells have been successfully in vitro cultivated into stomach and intestinal organs. Stem cells were successfully cultured in vitro gastrointestinal organs and tissues. As soon as the news broke, prompt big bang in the life sciences, because the results of this research not only achieve the prevention and eradication of damage and stains of the gastrointestinal mucosal organs, but also, the resulting concept of human regenerative recovery constitute frontier science in human life sciences. From this point on, the aging tissues and organs of the human body, metamorphic tissues and organs, sick tissues and organs, apoptotic tissues and organs, in situ regeneration, recovery to normal tissues and organs, guaranteeing the normal functioning of human organs, preventing disease, extended life cycle. Applause for Su Rongshang. Hello, Dr. Su. Welcome. Have a seat. Introducing our two observers today. Director of TEDA International Cardiovascular Disease Hospital, Mr. Lu Xiaocheng welcomes you. As well as our veteran media personality, Mr. Team Ma. Welcome. The two of you came up here. What's the most important question to ask? I'm asking about 9 years ago. This was just reported on the evening news. It's as a tech on, a medical tech, subversive one to report. So I guess the result is that after 9 years, how many people have enjoyed the fruits of this? Because in this regard, no detailed statistical data available, but there are scientific studies. That's where we specialize in tertiary hospitals such as 301 Hospital. Do this experiment on a patient with a gastric ulcer. Just look at this ulcer wound. Within a month, can you regenerate new mucous membranes? Because we have an ulcer, it's always a scar that heals. Perennial recurrence. Right. If he can regenerate new gastric mucosa, then this ulcer will be gone for life. Then the disease is gone. Right? So that's it. We are in the 2001 to 2002 period. 345 cases of this were done. It's a statistic. It should be said that clinically, the data for obtaining such rehabilitation is at 94%. In the middle of a crowd, because we've been here for so many years. This one restores the gastrointestinal tract. This nutritional product, it's been in place for 11 years. Thousands of people, I should say, already got this result. Dr. Lu. He's a medical researcher. You are doing what should be applied and clinical. How long have you known Professor Su? I heard about Professor Su. I think it was 19 years ago. I also bring an example of my own. That's great. Tell us about it. I'm a doctor, though, but my left septal mucosa is detached. This way. Cartilage. Show the cartilage to see the white. Non-verbal grunters interjection. The ENT doctor has been treating me for years. Be unable to cure. Finally, after I met Professor Su, he said you should just put on my moist burn cream. And I've been doing it for over a month. Redo the nose piece. It's growing. Mucous membranes are growing. And then this ear, nose and throat specialist said, unfathomable, not able. It's a regenerative concept. I saw it in his place. With that swallowing, this endoscopic swallowing, videotape, every 2 seconds. And what about a national minister? It turns out that the mucosa of the small intestine is broken. But after taking his medication, the mucosa of the small intestine is growing. Very good looking. Convince me. So, this invention of his should be a milestone. It explains the origin of life. I usually do. I'm more afraid of doctors because I'm afraid of getting sick. That's why I'm afraid of the doctor. I don't know what you're talking about. I can't read the doctor's writing. So say to some medical terminology. I especially just feel strange. Tell us about it. This gastrointestinal regeneration in situ technique. What does that give us? What are the benefits? Be on good terms with. What about you guys? In layman's terms, gastrointestinal tract disease. Speaking of which, it's the membrane inside the gastrointestinal tract. And that muscle activity, it's the function that's wrong. One is functionally flawed. One is aging itself. Have STH go wrong. So that creates, nowadays, they say 9 out of 10 people have gastrointestinal problems. Right. Often interfering with the human body, health and mental state. Well, I should say, we're working on this thing now. It's not like our regular medical research. We're working on the cell that's sick. That's a different route than medicine takes now. It's not the same at all. The way that research, we've all heard it just now. It's very simple. That's the ability to regenerate yourself. Just activate the password system. Own capacity. It's not a foreign body that's pumping it into the cells. Right. As soon as the regenerative power is activated, man himself has a regenerative turnover. Replace the sick ones, necrotic, senescent cells. What about this? He would have been able to maintain the mucous membrane of the gastrointestinal tract at all times, and some of the tissue cells in the intestinal wall. Update those with poor functionality. Impaired. It's inflamed, isn't it? And prematurely aging cells. If these cells are replaced, the gastrointestinal tract will be free of disease. So, fundamentally, to address gastrointestinal function, this is the core of our research. Tell us about it. This gastrointestinal function is important for health. How much of an impact does a person's health really have? This is so important. It should be said that from the time a person is born, other than respiratory oxygen, the foundation of all your life, it's the gastrointestinal tract. Supply these nutritious foods you eat. Gastrointestinal tract, which is digesting nutritious food. Absorption of nutrients. If this function is broken, well, let's just say it's clear to everyone. Not only is it a place where everyone feels, it's the pain of gastrointestinal distress. Rather, it's a direct effect of every organ in your body. Low nutritional deficiencies in all organs. I got a lot of diseases. Some even get cancer. Say cancer. Everybody say yes. Cancer nutrition is the most important factor. That's not what I said. This was published by the World Health Organization. So, we started by taking the gastrointestinal tract as a study. Take it to the first place and study it. It's cracking every organ in the body. First session. Solves the problem of the gastrointestinal tract as a passageway. Problem solved. We all know that. When you're over 40, the mucous membranes of the human gastrointestinal tract, you know, is hairy. You know, the stuff you absorb and digest. Half of them don't work. When you're in your 80s and 90s, 10% work. 90% of them don't work. It's all degraded. Just think of me eating a bun when I was 20 years old, and the nutrition of eating a bun at 80 years old. At 80 years old, it only absorbs 10% of a bun. So, no matter how well you eat, at that age, with this prolongation of age, the mucous membranes of the body's gastrointestinal tract are aged. When it ages, it causes you to malabsorb nutrients. Let's not talk about gastrointestinal problems. Gastrointestinal disorders have a greater impact. But now we're aging. Can be very happy to. I'm telling you this responsibly. We've also solved this one aging problem. A lot of this research stuff is pretty deep. But when you said that, a lot of the questions are just plain. Our choreographer just gave me this picture. I didn't get this one either. You're based on this chart. Explain it to us again. It's just this one chart. That is the human intestinal mucosa. It's the aging condition of a 50-year-old. That's like the dealer's land. The cross. It's all with it. Those hairs. Everyone eats that. Gastrointestinal tract. Look at that hair. That's what people absorb for nutrition. Regenerative nutrition. It's all about the supplements. Instead of taking medication, 6 months later, the little furry one is back. It's growing back to its original lushness. 6 months later. 6 months. We only need 6 months. It restores the human gastrointestinal mucosa. It's called the concept of regenerative recovery. It's going back to the way it was. You said he's recovered from this old mucous membrane. You said other inflammations of the gastrointestinal tract. Sickness is nothing. You just said it was very simple. General gastrointestinal inflammation. It's all coming together very easily. Acute gastroenteritis. It only takes 3 to 7 days to get back to your old self. Chronic atrophic gastritis is well known. Listen to the word. It doesn't matter how big you are. Multi-country presidential. If you get it, you'll never get it right. The next 30% will be cancer, because that's where stomach cancer comes from. But I can tell you here, don't worry about it. It'll take 6 months. I've replaced it with a new one. There's no more shrinkage of an unmarried couple. Be close. It's as simple as that. I've been around a lot of people with stomach problems. I've never heard of this technology. In peacetime, stomach problems are common. It's all about eating. Antibiotics. What? You take that stomach medicine. Didn't know that technology existed. No one explained it to us at the hospital. Why is it so good? We didn't know that until today. Dr. Liu, don't tell the patients that you don't know. It's not popular in hospitals either. I'm feeling very sorry for myself. Why is that? Should be more positively oriented. And then what about government involvement? Participation of health workers. Verification is good. Fast forward. In my opinion, that's not enough. He's also got a little bit of a one-trick pony thing going on here, so to speak. It's not easy. Toward this, I came all the way from Tianjin in the rain today. I'm with him. Thank you very much. Marcy. Look, any updates on the computer? First question, just ask Professor Su. Let's say you mentioned regenerative potential cells. Said he couldn't find it in any other literature. Where did this come from? That's a very good question, because regenerative potential cells, it's a whole new concept, because we're the only ones who brought it up. What we found. So the US patent is ours. It's understandable. What is the relationship between regenerative potential cells and stem cells? Regenerative potential cells are the mother of all stem cells. It's his mom. This is in terms of scientific research. It's this close. All the research much of all the people after us, according to our theory, so-called stem cells. It's just that it's in a dynamic. Cells that have the ability to proliferate and differentiate and can form normal tissues and organs. Su Rongshang's discovery was, in the development of life into a body, primitive and pluripotent stem cells, while proliferating and dividing and producing no further proliferation, but cells with proliferative potential to regenerate. These cells, in the development of tissues and organs, participation in the formation of tissues and organs, exists in tissues as a common cellular form. After formation in the human body, as the body metabolizes and functions, functional and architectural cells in tissues and organs keep on transferring people, create a vacancy. At this time, potential regenerative cells lurking in tissues, timely regeneration of replicated homologous cells, supplementary vacancies, thereby maintaining the balance of tissue and organ function and life. Our theory system, the body itself has this regenerative potential cell. When the body needs it, it has the ability to regenerate itself. It's just that we have so many conditions of life now. It doesn't fulfill its conditions yet. Well, we found out now methods of meeting the conditions. So once this condition of the human body is fulfilled, this cell of the self is in situ. It becomes a stem cell. Reproduction from stem cells into desired tissues, and renew those aging tissues. That's the way you understand it. It's as simple as that. In fact, people say that the stem cell concept and what other stem cells replicate tissues and organs truly successful. So far, all we've said is the result of any concept that has no application. It's all a quest. It's even called sci-fi. Can't call science results and reality. We'll tell you about it in today's interview. It's all about results. Second question. This netizen says, some pundits talk a good game. How did you find this regenerative cell? How about be able to prove this result to you? Well, who's going to prove it? Actually, I'm a burn surgeon. My burn revolution, it's to replace the implant technique, to use regenerative methods, to regenerate a skin in the body, leave no one maimed, or reduction of disability, vulgular life. This revolution has been going on for years. In this 1990, Newsweek has a big article. Let's say China's burned. Can you revolutionize the world? But if it's all like what Su Rongshang said, practically the whole world burns. It's a change in the world, now that the transition is over. Undertaking. According to incomplete statistics, as of the end of 2008, there are already more than 30 million patients worldwide treated with this product. These include more than 80 different skin diseases and problems. Thus the income from the funding of burn care, research new topics for him, laying a solid foundation. This is the heart of our lab. It's supposed to be a life science. Up until now, this regeneration of cells that people seek, we're the only ones who can fulfill that desire. I was studying burns at the time. It's got to be cracked. How did this skin grow? Because at the very beginning, we all knew it. Possibly older. That's when it all started. Calling me a liar. Anyone who knows anything about medicine, I know everything. Su Rongshang is talking nonsense. It's impossible to regenerate. But the truth is, it's regeneration. And the truth is we did. Science is evolving every day. It must be possible for us. We have to find out why. This is the route I've been fighting for all these years. I was like, if the secret of regenerating the skin as an organ is cracked, I'll be able to decipher the secrets of every organ in my body. This is me, Su Rongshang. A lot of people I ask a question for them too. Is it really original or not? Or is it just a case of following in the footsteps of others? 100% Chinese. It's all us. Because the whole world is in the town. We dare to say it. Not only is this technology original, all that hype is stealing from us. Foreigners are stealing from you. Because of copyright. We're the ones who have the right to say what we want. Look up the history. No matter who investigates. Chinese, English, Czech. Sometimes when a foreigner makes a statement, we'll just send him an email. Attention to academic ethos. It's Chinese. Proud. Pause for this potential regenerative cell. Can it be regenerated in other organs? So if it's possible to regenerate, is it possible to be young forever? It's a very important thing. You broke your finger, for example, right? It turns out that this part is impossible to regenerate. He even has bones and muscles. All nerves and fingerprints are regenerated. It's a fact. Visible facts. Because of this. Because last year a minister, I've seen it grow in front of the leaders. In the end, he was able to connect his fingers. I'm not alive. I'm broken because I'm missing a piece here. I'm crippled. And then I said, let's grow it. It didn't grow the first time. I've grown a half full. I said it wouldn't work. I'll cut his finger again. I'll cut it for him. I'll cut it for him. Isn't this a fresh wound? Because why didn't it grow the first time? Because he used a different medium. Surgeries that connect are destroying the environment. I cut off a piece and it grew back. The reason why? It's real and visible to everyone. Then the fingers. All 4 major tissues of the human body have. Histologically, every organ in the body can be regenerated. Right now, slowly some of the various organs appeared. Application through the human body.